Running on foot to the big tower. Gonna find out very abruptly whether or not my weapon is good, or if I invested resources in a worse one. It seems like it'll be good, because I don't need Dualiso's main power. It has good other parts of it. Oh my god. Oh my god. There are obviously other good parts of Dualiso, but the big one was just the fact that it let me attack twice, but now I can have that on every character at all times. The question there is, should I be building everybody like Verso? That sounds kind of boring, but also maybe they all can be built like Verso, since they have no default stats.
Another axon. How did it get so large?
She wasn't always this tall, but she's obsessed with reaching the stars, so...
Papa and his parables.
Parables?
He never paints just to paint. Everything has to have layers and layers of meaning and purpose. Everything's a lesson.
What's the lesson with this one?
Hope.
Lizzie. My sister's at the top.
And Papa knows I have vertigo.
They're calling it out specifically that each of the axons was meant to represent a particular idea and challenge them in specific ways. Which is definitely what was implied at the time. So our 3 Luna abilities. Deals high earth damage to all enemies, 1 hit, removes all shields, cleanses all status effects and heals from all allies. Deals extreme damage to all enemies, 1 hit. Element depends on which stains Luna has the most. Can break. And it gives you 3 light element afterwards. It's crazy. CL deals high single target dark damage to random enemies with 10 hits. Deals very high single target dark damage, 3 hits. Applies powerless, defenseless, and slow for 3 turns. Interesting. And it can break. So it can break and triple debuff somebody. End Slice deals extreme single target physical damage, 1 hit. Damage is increased for each foretell consumed during the beginning since the beginning of the battle. Oh, you can build it up over the course of the whole fight. Verso deals medium physical damage to all enemies, 1 hit, applies mark. Deals high single target physical damage, 1 hit, can break. Deals extreme physical damage, 8 hits, can gain 1 additional perfection per hit. Applies Aureole to Verso, reviving him if he dies. That's wild. Adds a self-regen, builds up his meter, and does a mountain of damage. Then from Monoko, Mighty Strike deals high single target damage, 2 hits. Uses weapons element, deals double damage if the enemy is stunned, goes to Almighty Mask. Sanctuary gives 2 shields and applies regen to all allies for 3 turns. Breakpoint deals extreme single target damage, 1 hit, uses it weapons element, fills the target's break bar and breaks it. Oh. It just does break. Not can break. Will break. Interesting promise. Huh. So now he has 16 points. So I guess now he can equip warming up again. Miles 25 points. Have I faved it? Oh, we haven't learned to cheat yet. Because yeah, these two should probably be saving up for cheat. I do need learn cheat first, which I keep not quite getting because we just don't actually do that many fights in this part of the game. You have to really actively, specifically grind.
He who grasps the sky.
I hate climbing.
Did a bit of grinding before I fought Sprong. In order to just memorize the current batch of skills and not have them with all these suboptimal builds. But then I got Cheater from Sprong and have not grinded out the fight since, nor been given fights to do. I assume if it's behind a blue route that it's optional, because you could just not find the Gestrels. So given the paths available, I assume that the path behind the blue route will be the one that dead ends with loot. Sure seems like it. I'm often surprised by just how far they go, with having a relatively large area dedicated to just kind of being ultimately just a platform that has one Lumina on it, and that's it. I wonder if sometimes they just kind of left out, they like had the environment set up to maybe be something more advanced or different, but then ultimately it just ends up being Illumina, because maybe they went back to all the dead ends that they made over the years when they were making the game and just gave all of those Illumina. Have I fought him before? I feel like I recognize this goofy thing, but I'm not sure entirely. Absolutely wild looking. Alright. So apply 5 burn for relatively cheap and do more damage for each burn I have. They are made of straw. I got the... Oh, my game's set louder than the normal. It's way more noticeable once... I need to turn it down a little bit. It was once a real fight started and the Witcher 3 soundtrack started playing, suddenly I'm like, ah, my ears.
My turn.
Oh my god. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. Was that a attack somebody who's burning? Base attack on somebody that's burning heals you situation, I think.
Ready to strike.
God damn. Am I the baddie?
Interesting.
They look like little nightmares creatures, but terrifyingly to scale of being way bigger than me.
Void, take everything.
Oops, I missed. It wasn't an option because I unlocked this spell after the main story was over, or Act 2 was over. But it would have been a pretty strong spell to have. Back when we were 9999 capped. Because this Burning Canvas spell ability attacks a lot. Oop, I didn't even see the point.
Well, that will help.
Are they trying to fix things or break things?
She who grasps the sky. They're jealous. They wish to destroy her work.
Oh, they're attacking her. So these are the Axon's enemies.
Grace.
Interesting.
Consume 1 AP to prevent status effects application if possible. Might as well be learning it. Are we gonna use the hot air balloons to get around? Seems like that's where we're going.
Let's spill some ink. Void, take everything.
Oh my god, just the basic attack combo. Damn. Wait, you guys weren't the same fight? There's more? Wait, it's your turn? So many questions. Got him. Got him to death. The fact that other people, if Versa goes first, nobody else gets turns.
What have we here?
Oh my goodness. Nonsense character. It makes me wonder if I'm missing the boat and I just need to make everybody else have a similar build. Because now that I have Cheater, if I can get enough Lumina points to equip that on everybody, then everyone can just have the same overall build of just attacking a lot. Like, what would even stop me? I'm reflexive of like, oh yeah, I gotta rest. Then I remember that nobody has taken any damage. That's just the spot for hooking back. This is somewhere new, right? I'm not just back where I started. Nervous about being back on land. Okay, these guys are new. And upsetting. Like the Striders from Dark Crystal. And they're styled as anglerfish. It's such a long combo that she attacks the burning target she just set to be burning, and that makes her heal also. Okay, these guys are harder to kill. Oh. I was gonna break, but then they took 1,000,000 damage. First frame shot of each turn deals 200% increased damage and can break. Sniper. Costs 15, kind of expensive. But potentially worth it? You can't easily swap out these other things. That means the first ranged attack is functionally 3 hits. It's pretty strong. If you break with that part, then you have so many more attacks coming still that can also take advantage of the break. I had not favorited Second Chance yet. It's awkward not being able to favorite them from the other menu, because technically the equipable things are different from your Pictos. I'm like, oh, I want to favorite this effect, but then you have to go check its name, sort by alphabetical, and find it again in the other menu. Nothing back here. I feel so betrayed. It's like checking behind a waterfall and there being nothing there in a video game. Who would do such a thing? Mon ami. A platforming challenge?
Nice.
Longer shell upgrade to level 20. So I take it level 20 as the cap for Pictos, because it seems to be coming up fairly often. Including that merchant selling exclusively level 20 variations. I think at this point it doesn't matter if you found them in the past. I think that's the conclusion I'm drawing about how this works, is that these things are always the level 20 versions. So if you find them now and never found them before, then you're gaining a new Picto. Wow, look at you go. That's cool. Check that out. But if you did get them before, then they're upgrades. So by the end of the game, you're relatively unlikely, I think, to have missed much of any of the Pictos. Because there's just multiple chances to get each one, I think. Not a lot of reward for getting them earlier either. It's just kind of that you got to use them sooner. Since they seem to just jump to the current level, I don't think you get a benefit mechanically from having had them sooner beyond just how whether or not you use them so far. There was a balloon back there, so I took this to be the optional area, but it's hard to be sure. Which is worse, to die or to be the one who survives? To grieve or to be grieved? To die. Death is over in an instant, but the one who survives carries that death for the rest of their lives. I find myself grieving before they've even passed, grieving what could have been, grieving what is to come. She'll never forgive herself. She'll carry her scars with her always. Would that I could ease her burden. The man's gone silent. I do still feel like dying is worse. The experience of dying might not be worse because you stop experiencing. But, like, if we're grieving death, then the death must be worth grieving, so it must be pretty bad to die. You can't trick me. Weird gap in the rocks there. The longer I go, the more I'll be worried I should have taken that balloon first. This also feels like an optional side thing.
Useful.
Charging attack, 50% of a gradient charge on base attack. Oh. Oh my god. Anything else up there? Kind of fell down here, didn't I? Can I go back up? I can go all the way back to the beginning. Well, this is going to be a bit of an ordeal. Was there a climbing spot I could have turned on? Damn, they really set me all the way back. Yeah, gradient charges are pretty strong. Considering just that, like, you don't really spend anything to get them, and when you have the ability to spend them, they don't take up your turn. You get to just go again. That makes them pretty strong overall. So if I can have somebody's base attack be charging it by 15%, that's crazy. What's really absurd is that I think depending on how they count it, they might count every swing as a base attack. So Verso usually attacks 4 times per turn. That's 60%. Or did it say once per turn? Just says on base attack. That seems monstrously powerful. The question at the moment is just how am I going to afford to equip most of the stuff? And when people say once per turn, I think they're including acting. 40 burn. Boom.
Interesting.
Anything else too? 10% of a gradient charge on counterattack. That's not terrible, but in some of these cases I get to attack a lot more than I get to counterattack. Especially with my skill deficiencies. And now we run all the way back to the balloon again. I messed up by hopping down. The whole area felt side to thing coded, so I thought that I should go there first. Mwah, mwah. Oh, weird. Wow, charging attack isn't even expensive. Yeah, the entire pause screen changed in its effects because apparently the transition kept playing while I was paused. That's interesting. I thought the pause was a pause, but it seems like certain parts of the game keep running when you're paused. Oh.
Did that Nevron just kick a different Nevron off the tower?
It looks that way.
I did not see where this was happening. That one's tall. Ah! Well, now I'm gonna be disoriented. Oh, hey, one of these. Oh.
Useful.
Damn. Oh? That one snuck up on me. Sudden mansion door.
You speak to me of perfection, but is there really any such thing? Or is it a siren leading us astray? I happily predict that neither of us will ever summit that elusive peak, but I care little as long as we walk together. Art gives us the perception of control. For a moment as I paint, I find order among the chaos. That is, for me, a moment of pure contentment. And that is truly better than perfection.
Art gives us the perception of control. For a moment as I paint, I find order among the chaos. That is, for me, a moment of pure contentment. So these are the enemy types that were designed. I don't remember this one. This guard. I mostly remember the other ones. What's this one? This pumpkin-y, tentacly creature. If you're confused, I'm looking at the person closest to the camera, not the one by verso. It might be confusing to audience members. Oftentimes, they might think I'm gesturing with my character instead of the camera. I'm trying to angle the camera to look at them up close. I don't know if I've seen that one. Maybe they just kind of came and went. They're often not exactly characters, but just kind of like a surprise monster design that comes and goes. I wonder if I can get every single mansion door. I'm sure you can in a playthrough, just I don't know if I will. So I don't know if I've missed one. I need to do more painting. That's what makes me keeps making me think about. I need to do more painting. I paint digitally. I painted physically before too, but it's messy and costly, and it's very limiting painting with actual paint. I tried painting a model earlier this year, and I really was taken aback by how much of a process it is. It's just trying to like gather the variety of paints you might want for a particular project. It's difficult to just have the paints in the first place. I need to relocate where the thingy was. Let's kill these guys, 'cause they're guarding a thing. I'm really disoriented in this whole pit.
Void, take everything.
Oh, these ones have more health. They're bigger, aren't they? Damn. 21,110 both times? Is that some kind of cap? I'm gonna finally see their attacks. Oh my god. Oh god, the burn damage. Okay, so burn damage is fucked up right now. I remember an enemy spinning at me. I don't know if I remember these specific enemy types. Maybe? It might be a follow-up on like the farm part of the game or something. Here we are. Oh yeah, I can probably go back to the ice area and kill that one tank. Oh, I finally countered one. It's so hard to counter that.
Let's go the path.
The reapplied mark. Haha! Oh, I haven't reached S rank. Damn it! So I can't actually do Phantom Stars yet. Oh wait, I'll break with melee attack. At this point, Phantom Stars is good for how much damage it does, more so than how effective it is at these things. Five hits, apply 1 burn per hit, so it should be 10 hits because of my bonus burn. I think she has that equipped right now. Damage increase for each burn on the target. This should be really strong now. Oh my god. Completely out of control. And he even politely dropped a bunch of Lumina. Yep, that's 10 burn. Oh, damn. 32 burn? He applies 32 burn with 2 attacks? What is the math on that? That was 32 burn from scratch. What is the math on that? That's upsetting. I don't understand. Look at how sad and pathetic immolation is by comparison. I can do 3 burn. We need to give you some more. We need to be generating more AP or something. Like, damn.
Brunette, careful.
Uh-oh. Charging attack. Did these enemies also drop Lumina? Because if they are, then I want every bit of Lumina I can get. If they drop Lumina, I might have to fight every single enemy in this tower. Maybe even come back off camera to farm more of it. Like, why not? Just give me the ability to equip every single thing that I like. I'll show you a broken build. Is it even a build anymore if you just equip everything? Still missing 2 of these shape of thingies. Charging attack costs 7, so I can just equip it right now. 15% of a gradient charge on base attack. That's upsetting. Let's find out if it's half as strong as I think it is.
Void takes everything.
Let's carve a path.
They have 2 burn now. 22 burn. Okay, it's less than last time. That gradient charge is going up, though. Got it. It's almost an entire meter currently. I gotta figure out what to do with her. She's so comically weak right now. Oops. Part of what's a struggle here is that she requires so much AP to cast anything at all, whereas my other characters can just do all the bullshit they want. Sometimes the question is whether or not a character is worth making stronger for random encounters, though. Because random encounters are barely there to even interrupt with... I forgot to check to see if I got any more Lumina from that. I guess I can see right now, because I spent it all. I don't see any right now. I don't think it's exactly farmable from these guys. Bye-bye. Whoop. Uh oh. Wait. Probably a hook spot that I didn't see yet. I'm still going first. That's bad news for you. Okay, so it was some RNG that gave him 32 burn, I think. But I don't know what it was. That's wild. Does he burn on crit? Unnecessarily high effort. Recoats. Let me review what his weapon does again. 2 burn stack per rank, 1 AP on a rank up, increase burn damage by 50% per rank up to 300% at rank S. God, that makes his burn so strong. Nothing about stacks though, beyond the initial bit. Nothing about that ramps up. But I might have something nonsensical in my Pictos, like burn on crit and increased crit on burn, I think might be 2 things that might exist. I think crit on burn exists. I don't know if burn on crit exists, but that's obviously a feedback loop.
Vertigo, remember? His intentions are good, I know, but his methods...
Your father?
I'm the youngest, which makes everything worse.
Oh, I understand that. Only child.
Yeah, Claire's the oldest. She's just so perfect. So accomplished and talented. Papa's favorite. He's so proud of her. And Verso. Verso could always make Papa laugh. I had so many inside jokes. Then there's me.
And then there's you. The actual favorite. The one he calls his hidden star, but who's too shy and self-conscious to see it.
Yet here I am, messing things up even more.
Look around. He just wants you to fly.
Interesting personification of a struggling father. It's just this person making a million pieces of messy scaffolding, just hammering away, making things that aren't even helpful, despite the intentions. At first glance, I thought this was another mime. This Orphelin is different from the rest. It does not sabotage, it builds. Whack, thwack, 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 thwack. That's a tiny version of the wings.
All these inventions. Gustave would have loved to see this.
I get why they're doing it mechanically, because Verso's here, so he'd be like out of place. And also from our perspective, narratively, it would really undercut things if Gustave came back after being dead. It's one thing to have like an all is lost moment where everything is so comically fucked that you're like, oh, they're gonna walk this back, right? When everyone died, I was like, I don't think they're committing to that. But undoing Gustave's death would be really cheapening of the emotions from earlier. But I do wonder sometimes, like, why can't she just bring back Gustave? She did seemingly gather up the essence of Ciel and Luna in the moment when they were almost literally gathering the petals of their bodies, basically. That's upsetting. So based on that, maybe you genuinely have to like regather their essence before it disappears. You definitely feel like there'd be a scene where they try to bring back Gustave, and it would have happened by now. because you think that they would all care enough about it that it would just kind of come up regardless, even if it's doomed. So it kind of makes it feel like the game just doesn't want to touch it, because they know that it would be bad for the narrative to bring them back at this point. But they maybe it's not necessarily justified by the actual mechanics of the story. Or maybe they're specifically holding it in their back pocket for later. He would not be a great party member. None of his abilities were that strong. His core overcharge ability with his arm it felt neat, but like as a tutorial thing. He really does feel like the strong character you have at the beginning of a Fire Emblem game that then inevitably in those games you don't want to give them too much experience because that guy will probably be dead or gone after the intro. Or if they do get to stay in the game, they get massively outscaled by the up-and-coming characters that didn't start off so strong. Remember there being like an experience hole character in a few Fire Emblems. I mostly played the first American one. Protecting Tint. Healing Tints also apply shell. I swear I have that one already. Do I really not? Nope. I'll memorize everything for the sake of it. In case, but try to keep ahead of the backlog. Oh. This is an interesting dungeon. We keep going off on little side bits on land that presumably help us climb a bit. The giant club. Hello. Spooky. Removes Blight from Verso. Oh my god, the damage from the freaking mark. Terrifying. Wow, all 4 attacks crit. It looked like they were swinging the... Oh. They looked like they were swinging the lamp, so I was trying to parry that, and then they turned out to be their weapon that was behind them. Whoops.
You're outmatched.
Yeah, they are. Pralium. Level 20. So you can go down that hill just fine. But trace along this wall. Oh, this one might be way bigger than it looks. Item up there. There's more of these guys. Ooh.
Expedition 61, Margot. See, but I disagree. I don't think she's lonely. She's alone, but she's not lonely. They clearly have some sort of society here, and she's the odd one out. Well, except for her co-conspirator in the workshop. I've never seen creatures fighting amongst themselves before. I admit I'm impressed by her creativity and drive. I feel almost like a traitor for saying it. But there's something about her. You can't help but want her to reach the sky.
She's just been doing it all along, because it seems like his creations are single-minded and just do the same thing forever. We have like 3 expedition journals left to find. And a couple of other journals. And so clearly the other way is the optional way, because there's a hot air balloon, and that's pretty consistently the way forward. This is a pretty cool, like, optional post-game dungeon. As far as I can tell, the moment we entered Act 3, you could just end it immediately. We seem to be in, like, Breath of the Wild territory, where the game's just like, Ganondorf's over there, go get him. Or Ganon, not Calamity Ganon. And then you can just immediately go over. Given that we were chased out of Lumiere 1 second ago, it'd be a little unsatisfying to immediately go back in. But I think you can. And then the game is currently only as long as I want it to be. But I want to do all the things. Obviously. The question is, knowing this game, will it then functionally punish me by being like, I see you played the game. Now you're going to be too strong because you played the game. You should have not played the game. You're supposed to skip all the game and just go straight to the story. Which I think is just a thing the game can never shrug off. I've gone back and forth here and there between this series and my vlog channel, Boring Threeth, where I ramble about stuff, and I made a Clair Obscur video there too. And I don't know who's seen what, or what order half the stuff comes out in anyway. But definitely a thought that came to mind when I was recording my little rant over there was just the fact that, like, a lot of my favorite games in this genre, I think, instead of being like, oh, you're so strong because you did side content, I think it's good to approach side content as not being that optional. I think that most people want to play the side content in the games they buy because they bought the game, so they want to play the rest of the game that they bought. So you should assume that people want to play all the side content. Oh, another hot air balloon. Now it's getting confusing. I'm so high up. I'm so high up. Fight. So, like, based on that, though, I prefer RPGs, I think, that instead of being like, yeah, you can just mainline the story, but if you can also grind, and if you grind, you'll get, like, maybe a little bit of grinding is kind of necessary, or a little bit of side content. Like, you'll be a little underpowered if you just mainline the story, but if you do like the majority of the side content, the game will be like, oh my god, why'd you do that? Now you're gonna one-shot every boss, and like, well, I wanted to have cool story moments and not have that be undercut by me playing the rest of the game. So, like, I think I prefer it when games are like, yo, making progress is hard. You're probably not gonna be able to beat that next thing. Maybe you should go do stuff, and then you're rewarded for all of the other stuff you did. And maybe you need like 80% of it or something to viably progress. You're rewarded for doing all that stuff by being able to beat the next story beat. I think it's better to do it that way.
My turn.
That can make replaying the game a little more annoying because you might not be as interested in the side content in subsequent playthroughs. I think in a game of this style, it would work pretty well. In a game of the style of, like, Breath of the Wild, it does lead to me never wanting to replay Breath of the Wild, a game that I liked a lot the first time, but I don't really want to do the 120 shrines again, like I did the first time. So admittedly, it's back and forth a little bit. Oop, Resplendent Chroma. Do I want that? Or maybe. I currently have 39 of it. Okay, yeah, it's not the category that I need more of. I think because it's blue, I mixed it up with the one that gives you a Lumina point. Tainted. It was just the same as the one I have, exact same level and everything. Protecting heal, healing applied shell. That's the one we just got. There's already an upgraded one right here, 5 feet away. Charging weakness, 15%. Plus 15% of a gradient charge on hitting a weakness once per turn. So if you figure out their elemental weakness, you can spam crazy amounts of... Well, no. It's once per turn. These are expensive. Applied defenseless on break. is kind of nice. At least it's cheap to equip. It's kind of niche. Immune to blight. Tiriso. It's a wrench. Gain 1 rank on applying mark. Mark an enemy on base attack. Apply powerless on marking an enemy. I wonder how rapidly you can apply a mark. Because you might get 1 rank per attack for each individual move, which means when you attack 4 times per turn, you might get 1 rank for all 4 attacks, which is comical. Creating a charge and hitting a weakness is nice as a relatively low-cost thing to equip as a bonus for someone like Luna, maybe. But I feel like I'm overall not going to be triggering it that rapidly to justify putting it into the build fully. Like, they're not bad things to pick up when I have more things to space to equip things. Let's see, cheater costs 40. See, I would like to get both of them up to 40 to get cheater. But I'm currently equipping on Verso to save the points. Okay, 2 different balloons. Hopefully they don't go to the same place because, hate to break it, guys, but I will check both of them out of fear. This one goes down. Oh, just hard cut to a different weather. Awkward. They're guarding the item. Probably just chroma, but I'll get it. Damn, the amount of damage I do can really come and go.
Feel the fur. Careful, my elf.
Uh-oh. Oh my god. Yeah, that's some burn.
Great.
Just a wee bit of chroma. Okay, I remember that platform. Yeah, we were all the way back down here. Oh. Oh, goodness. I'm trying to stop for the day. But I also don't... I want to be at a stopping point where I don't think I'll be completely lost trying to figure out where to go next. Or remembering where to go. This environment's wild. Is he okay?
Nice.
Heal 15% HP on applying a buff. Huh. Probably not equipping that. Oh no. There's an item all the way down there I missed. I see it. Oh, getting back to where I left off is going to be a while. Maybe I'll do that between episodes. It's 1 color of Lumina. Well, I want those. Where the hell was I? Alrighty. I'll see when I get approximately back up to where we were, because I just lost so much progress from that jump. I don't think I can quickly get back up. I think I have to replay most of the level. Or, oh, yeah. A teleport will help with some of it, at least. I think. If I can tell where I am at all? And how these places relate? Which I'm not sure I can. Oh well.